Girls, girls, girls. Yoga class is on. Good. Have your bricks, blocks, pillows, everything you need. Good. And find a comfortable seated pose. What? Ah. If you want to escape, you can escape. No. No, 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 no. You just said, ah. Oh, start the class. Ah. All right. So find a comfortable seated pose, okay? And bring your hands front of you in a position like shaping like a little bud of a flower, okay? So you have a little space between your hands, like you're holding something very precious in your hands. Nice, and just close your eyes. Stay there for a couple of moments. Just feel the body on the floor, feel the temperature of the air on your skin, feeling the warmth of the sun, the breeze of the wind. Just stay there for a couple of breaths. As you bring in the right and the left hand touching each other, you're immediately activating the right and the left side of the hemisphere. You start to harmonizing your body, mind, your heart. This, imagine, visualize, this is a bud of a flower. It's not open yet. This is an egg. The chicken is still inside. This is a womb. The baby is still in the womb, still holding it. And pay a little bit more attention for your breath. Breathing in through your nose. Exhaling out through your nose, through your mouth, however is more comfortable. Try to equalize your inhale and exhale. And try to make your breath, if your breath is 2 or 3 counts long, just count your breath. And if you realize it's quite short, try to make just a fraction longer. Still kind of comfortable-ish, but try to make a little bit longer. And let's add a really simple movement to this breath, okay? We will open the flower as you're breathing in. So as you're breathing in, slowly just open the fingers, straighten the fingers, separate the fingertips like you're opening the flower. And as you exhaling, closing the flower again, okay? So just a couple of times. Keep the heels of your hands together, just the fingers opening up, like you create a flower which is open, and as you exhale, close the flower again, okay? Just the fingertips moving away from each other, the heel of your hand still together. Inhale, open the fingertips, all of the fingertips, the heel of the hand still together. As you exhale, close the flower. Do it a couple of more times, in your own pace, in your own time. Follow your breath. Really gentle movement, really simple movement. Is definitely like a moving meditation, and your whole practice is like this. You're following the breath with your movement. Stay there for 2 or 3 more breaths. Opening the flower, opening the egg, giving birth to the chick was in the egg, giving birth for the child, for something new was in the womb. You are giving birth to something new. Today is the day of Kavok, the energy of Kavok, midwife, giving birth. What is in your life you want to come into the surface, onto the surface? What are you ready to born from deep inside of you? Stay there for 1 more breath, opening the flower. And next time when your flower is open, stay there, keep your hands, fingertips separated, and lift your flower up towards the sky, like you kind of offering this flower to the sky, to the universe. Stay there for a breath or 2, and feel to find your intention. What is the thing you want to give a birth? Maybe a new project, maybe a new energy, maybe really be able to vocalize who you really are. What is the direction you want to go? What is your path? Or maybe something completely different. Stay there for 2 more breaths. Last breath there. Nice. And as you exhale, draw a big circle with your arms. Lower the fingertips on the floor on the side and simply just bring the soles of the feet together. Move your feet slightly bit away from the seat bones, okay? And create this diamond shape and simply just fold forward. Simply just fold forward. Doesn't matter how deep you are in the pose, how close your head to your feet. Just stay in this position for a couple of breaths. That's it. And as you are in this position, again, you are a teeny tiny seed. You are still, you can maybe you imagine yourself as you are the someone in the egg, you are someone in the womb. And you are giving birth for yourself, for your project, for your plans, for your energies. It's really interesting sometimes the life pushing ourselves into certain directions. And we have two choices. We go with the flow or we resist. And if you resist, of course, that's the moment you are causing pain for yourself. As we go through the yoga practice, you will have a chance to go with the flow or to resist, because not all of the postures will be super easy. And watch when you resist, when you don't want to do the pose, how do you feel? Probably you feel even more uncomfortable. And you start to build up fear, you start to build up anger. Whatever comes into your life, allow it to happen. Sometimes the universe is much more creative than we are, and sometimes we pushed into the direction we don't really want to go. Just opening your heart and just trust. The midwife is nice and kind, but sometimes a little bit firm. So whatever happens today, maybe life will be a little bit firm with you and will push you into the direction you didn't want to go. Try not to resist, go with the flow, be curious. Stay there for a breath. Nice. And with the next inhale, slowly release. Lift the head, lift the chest. Lift the head, lift the chest. Bring your knees together. And let's have a look how is our resistance immediately, okay? So place your hands behind you, fingertips behind you, palms behind you, your choice. And bring your knees close to the chest, okay? Breathe in. As you exhale, lower both knees to the right and extend straight on the top leg, okay? Inhale, knees next to the chest. As you exhale, lower your knees to the left, extend the top leg again. Inhale back to the center. If you want to straighten both legs, extending both legs, you are more than welcome. Breathing in. As you exhale, twist. Okay? Let's do it eight more times on both sides. And as you just said, I just said the number. Maybe immediately you had a picture in your mind. Oh my God, 8 more times, I will die. Or you think, okay, 8 is not too much. I can do 100 times. We immediately have some opinion. We immediately like or dislike ideas. We immediately resist or we think, okay, that's all right for me. Do it 5 more times on each side. Again, if it's too much, work with both knees bent. That's perfectly fine. Okay? That's an option. Perfect. In your own pace, in your own time. Do it 4 more times on each side. Perfect. Don't forget to breathe. And just observe what is your relationship with this a little bit challenging posture. Okay? Nice. Good. Beautiful. One more time on each side. Brilliant. Don't forget to breathe in the meantime, okay? And with the next inhale, bring your knees back to the center. Let's move into all four position. If you want, cross your shins, roll over your knees, or find any other way to come into all four pose. Hands underneath your shoulders, your knees hip width apart, and just simple cat and cow pose. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. You're lengthening the front, and maybe you immediately feel, wow, I worked on the front. As you exhale, round your spine. Try to reach the sky with the back of the body, head is just hanging. Okay? And again, 3 more times. Inhale, feel free to close your eyes, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, arch. As you exhale, round and round and round. Good. Close your eyes. Do it 2 more times. Inhale, arch. Slow down, slow down. As you exhale, round your spine. Okay, really feel. Stay a moving meditation exactly as you opened and closed the flower. Exactly. Beautiful. Inhale, arch. As you exhale, round your spine. Good. And with the next inhale, neutralize the spine. Tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. And simply just walk a little bit in downward facing dog. Okay, one leg straight, other knee bend. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Keep both palms super flat on the floor. Exactly. Imagine someone pulling your buttocks backwards and maybe swing your hip to the right, swing your hip to the left. Palms super flat, palms flat, not just the toes on the floors. Exactly. Good. Stay there for a breath. Beautiful. And with the next inhale, in downward facing dog, lift your right leg up towards the sky, right leg straight, hips level. And as you exhale, simply just bend your right knee and lift the right hip. Okay, lift the right hip. Try to kick your bamboo. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, right leg straight, hips leveled. As you exhale, bend your knee, lift the hip, like a dog which is peeing on the tree. Okay. Inhale, right leg straight, level your hips. As you exhale, bend your knee, lift the hips. Stay there for a breath. Breathe in here. As you exhale, bring your knee next to the chest, like you want to kiss your knee, around the spine. Inhale, lift your right leg up, bend your knee, lift the hip. Left knee on the floor if it's too much. As you exhale, right knee, right elbow together. If you want to straighten your right leg or Kundalini, feel free. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, opposite leg, opposite arm. Left elbow, right knee. Perfect. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, bring the right knee next to the chest and lower the right knee on the floor. Extend the left leg to the side, just the right knee. Left leg to the side, lift both arms up towards the sky. Breathe in here. Toes pointing, left toes pointing towards the leg. Outer edge of the left foot on the floor. As you exhale, left hand on the straight leg or on your lower back, lengthen your right side. Inhale, arms reaching up. Sole of the left foot glued to the floor. As you exhale, right hand on the floor, lengthen the side. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale, work with the breath. Don't forget to breathe. As you exhale, lengthen. Sole of the left foot still flat on the floor. Beautiful. Inhale, give a little stretch to the ankle. Okay. As you exhale, lengthen the side. Good. Last time on each direction. Breathing in. Ignore me if you have longer breath. Then join at least with me. Okay. I'm kind of the average. Inhale. As you exhale, right hand on the floor and stay in this position. Stay in this pose for 3 breaths. If you want to extend your right leg towards the front, you are more than welcome. Lift the chest, lift the hip. Okay? Always have your options. Choose the option which is yours. Lift the pelvis a little bit higher. Right knee on the floor or right leg straight. Not the left leg, right leg. Good. Stay there for a breath. And as you exhale, slowly release. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Both knees on the floor. Good. Both knees on the floor. And grab your rib cage. Place your hands on the rib cage. Okay, we start to build up camel pose. Zip up your invisible trouser. Lift the pubic bone towards the belly button. And lift the rib cage up and over. Okay? Use your thumbs behind you, kind of lifting the chest up towards the sky with your thumbs. Okay? Feel free to keep looking forward. We will come back to this pose a couple of more times. So really just start to feel what you're experiencing if you're lifting the chest up instead of squeezing your lower back and moving the pelvis forward. Keep bringing the elbows, the shoulder blades towards each other. Allow your breath to be just a little bit longer. Lift the chest. Nice. Stay there for the breath. Relax the facial muscles. Inhale, lift both arms up towards the sky. Reach. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Both hands on the floor. Come into downward facing dog. Stay 1 breath in down dog. And let's move into plank position. Let's move into plank pose. Come into plank pose as you exhale. Okay. And let's move between down dog and plank. Inhale, you are in downward facing dog. Again, small, slow movement. long. As you exhale, you are in plank. Make sure your lower back is not arched. 2 more times. Inhale, downward facing dog. As you exhale, you are in plank. Keep zipping up your invisible trouser in plank. Beautiful, everyone. Last time. Inhale, downward facing dog. As you exhale, you are in plank. Good. Inhale. Come back into downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up towards the sky. Keep the left leg nice and long. Both hip pointing towards the floor. As you exhale, bend your left knee. Lift the left hip. Try to kick your buttocks with your heel. Okay. Inhale, left leg straight. Hips level. As you exhale, bend your knee. Lift the hip. Perfect. Last time. Inhale, left leg straight. Level your hips. As you exhale, bend your knee. Lift the hips. Stay there. Breathe in. As you exhale, knee next to the chest, like you want to kiss your knee round the spine. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. As you exhale, left knee, left elbow together. Perfect. Find your option. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, opposite leg, opposite arm. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, lift. You don't have to straighten your leg, is optional. As you exhale, bring the left knee between the hands on the floor and extend the right leg towards the right. Toes pointing towards the leg. Outer edge of the left foot on the floor. You're stretching a little bit the ankle. Lift your arms up. Reach. As you exhale, right hand on the straight leg or on your lower back. Good. Inhale. Breathing. As you exhale, left hand on the floor, fingertips palm. If you want to use block, use a block. 2 more times on each side. Breathing in. Feel free to ignore me. Work in your own pace, in your own time. Inhale, arms reaching up. As you exhale, hand on the floor. Perfect. Good. One more time on each side. Inhale. Long breath, long breath, long breath. Slow down. If your breath is getting quick, probably is a clear sign that you are thinking. You are not here anymore. As you exhale, left hand on the floor, and again you have options. Stay in this pose for 3 breaths. If you want to extend your left leg towards the front, you are more than welcome. Okay? Choose your option. Stay there for 2 more breaths. Lift the pelvis, lift the hip, lift the chest. Turn the chest towards the sky. Beautiful. Last breath there. If your left leg was straight, left knee on the floor. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Both knees on the floor. Grab the rib cage. Okay? Again, if you need a little bit of your knee sensitive, fold your mat. Lift the chest. Press your thumbs against the upper back. Bring your elbows, shoulder blades towards each other. If your body happy, you can lower your hands on your lower back, on the buttocks. Feel free to keep looking forward. If you feel your body happy to go a little bit further, feel free. But make sure your thighs stay right angle to the floor. But I think because it's still kind of the beginning of the practice, I encourage you to stay with the pose as it is. Stay there for the breath. Nice. And with the next inhale, lift both arms up towards the sky. Lift your arms up. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Hands on the floor. And come into downward facing dog. And just move in down dog. Walk a little bit in down dog. Beautiful. As you exhale, drop both knees. Lower both knees on the floor. Come into child position. Sit on your heels. Interlace the fingers behind you. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Hands behind the back. And as you're breathing in, lift your hands up towards the sky. As you're lifting the buttocks away from your heels. And the crown of the head on the floor. Top of your head on the floor. Stay there for 3 breaths. You're creating a little extra space in the front of the chest, shoulder area. Breathe into this area. We hold as we working at the computer, as we have some fears. If you want to protect our heart, even physically, even emotionally, we just start to create a little bit less space in this area. Beautiful. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, release your hands, walk your hands towards the front edge of the mat and come back into downward facing dog. Stay 1 breath in down dog, only 1 breath, and again we are moving back into plank position. Let's come back to plank pose. Stay in plank pose, bring your feet together, bring your feet together. And if you want, stay in plank pose. If it's too much, drop your knees, or place the right foot on the top of the left one. Like basically my heel is between my right big toe and the second toe, and just a little bit pushing my left heel back and a little bit forward. Okay, if you want. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to do. Okay, so basically both legs are straight, and imagine someone pulling both heels back, the right heel back, the left heel back. Exactly, perfect. Stay there for 2 more breaths. Don't forget, anytime is getting too much, both feet on the floor or both knees on the floor. 1 more breath. Amazing. Change the legs, right foot on the floor, and now your left foot on the top of the right. And again, like your right foot, someone pulling your right heel back and forward. Keep zipping up your invisible trouser. Watch, do you resist? Do you hate this whole idea? Or do you think, okay, I'm a little bit shaky because my muscles working, and it's okay. And I'm just watching what comes up. Stay there for a breath. Beautiful. As you exhale, both feet on the floor, whole body on the floor. Congratulations, everyone. Really nice. Keep the fingertips, just the 10 fingertips on the floor next to the chest, forehead down. And as you're breathing in, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, add the head. Okay, head is just following, lift the chin. As you exhale, chest down, forehead down. Close your eyes, do it 3 more times. Inhale, just lift it, add the head. Hands hardly helping you, okay, back muscles working. Lift the chest, lift your head, beautiful. As you exhale, lower down. Good. Do it 2 more times. Work with the breath. Work with the breath. Breathing in, just lift it. Add the head, add the chin. Lower down. Beautiful. Last time, and we will stay in the upright position. Okay, so when your chest lifted, stay there. Keep the chest lifted. Stay in the position as you are. Version 2, lift your hands off the floor. Version 3, lift your feet, legs off the floor. Version 4, any arm position. Arms next to the body, open your arms wide or reach forward. Find the Shalabhasana, which is yours today. Stay there for 2 breaths. Imagine you have a brick or block between your hands and you're squeezing this little brick. Nice, lift the legs. Someone pulling your ankles backwards. Exactly, beautiful. Last breath there. Lift everything just a fraction higher. As you exhale, slowly release. Rest your forehead on your hands. Stay there for a couple of moments. Maybe move the pelvis. Shift your buttocks a little bit right or left. Just give a little movement for the lower back. Just ease out a little bit. Nice. Stay there for a breath. Perfect. And with the next inhale, let's move into downward facing dog. So press your palms into the floor next to the chest. Come into child pose, and from there you are in downward facing dog. Come into down dog. And with hands, start to walk your hands backwards towards your feet. Walk your hands backwards towards your feet. Teeny tiny steps. Good. And soften your knees. Place your hands onto your hips and come up into standing position. Come up into standing. Good. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Reach. Grab your right wrist with the left hand, and you have 2 options. Keep your feet hip width apart, or if you wish, cross your right, place just the ball of the right foot behind you. Okay, just the ball of the right foot behind you is kind of the Shiva, dancing Shiva pose, and slowly lean towards the left. Okay, if you practice this second position, your right pelvis just probably moving forward. Try to move the right side of your hip forward and the right side of the chest backwards, like I'm behind you, and pulling your shoulder back. Okay, because the body wants to help you, and maybe you find yourself in this pose. Move the right hip forward, and instead of turning the chest towards the floor, turn the chest towards the sky. Okay, both legs are straight. Left leg is kind of straight-ish. Left leg straight-ish. Exactly. Stay there for a breath. Just enjoy that you create a little extra space. Inhale, both arms reaching up towards the sky, feet on the floor, hip width apart. Change the grip. And now place maybe the left foot, just the ball of the left foot behind you, maybe feet still hip width apart, and slowly pull your left wrist towards the right. Okay? Again, Left hip is traveling forward. Left side of the chest is traveling a little bit back. Stay there for 2 breaths. Just breathe. Nice. Last inhale here. Brilliant. Next inhale, both arms reaching up towards the sky, both feet on the floor, hip distance apart. And again, grab your rib cage one more time. Zip up, so there is no arch in the lower back. Zip up. And again, lift the rib cage up and over. Allow your elbows to travel towards each other, shoulder blades to travel towards each other. Keep lifting the chest. Keep lifting the chest. Concentrate on the upper body instead of the lower back. Your lower back, your neck is the secondary curves. This is where we normally have a little bit more pain in our life because there is already awful lot of flexibility. But in this area, the upper back area, this is the area where we have less flexibility. We are a little bit closed. Stay there for a breath. Just breathe. Lift the chest towards the sky. And with the next inhale, lift both arms up towards the sky. Reach. And interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. And fold forward. Lift both hands up towards the sky. As you exhale, soften your right knee. Bend your right knee a little bit. Bend your right knee, left leg straight. And turn the chest towards a straight line. Beautiful. And again, watch as you are in this position, the body wants to help you. Maybe you immediately realize that your left hip traveling back. Move the left hip a little bit forward. Feel free to play how you feel the pose. Stay there for 2 breaths. Exhaling out, go a little bit further, a little bit deeper. Last inhale. You still breathing, you still present. Good. Change the side. Inhale, both legs are straight. Now bend your left knee, right leg long, turn the chest towards the right. And whatever want to get born, you are there as the best midwife. You're kind with yourself, you're not criticizing yourself. But if you want to quit, you are there. And you just be a little bit strict that yes, we stay here for 1 more breath. And try to enjoy what you do. Last breath here. Beautiful. As you exhale, soften both knees. Fingertips on the floor. Garland pose Malasana. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Turn your toes, let's say 10 degrees out and bend your knees. Press the tip of your elbows against your knees. Exactly. Stay there for 3 breaths. Make sure you're resisting with your knees. Press your knees against your elbows, elbows against your knees. Lifting the chest, relaxing your shoulders. Relax the facial muscles. Breathing in through your nose, through your spine, towards your feet, and from your feet up, up, up towards the front of the body, towards your nose. Create this little ball around you. Stay there for the breath. And maybe you have ideas, maybe you have pictures popping into your mind. Maybe you have some emotions popping up. That's perfectly fine. Nice. And as you exhale, fingertips on the floor, hands on the floor, and walk your hands towards the front. Come back into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, keep your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, okay? And walk your hands just a fraction closer to your feet. We will twist, okay? And as you exhale, if you want, stay in down dog or grab the left leg with the right hand. Okay, maybe the ankle, maybe the shin, maybe the thigh, wherever you can reach the leg. And turn the belly button towards the left side. Your legs are straight-ish. Okay, straight-ish. Exactly. Your heels are aiming towards the floor. Exactly. Here you are. That's perfect. 2 more breaths there. Beautiful. If it's too much, both hands on the floor. Just release. Nice. Last breath wherever you are. Good. Beautiful. Change the side. Both hands on the floor. And now grab your right leg. It's not necessary to grab the ankle. Keep the leg straight. Maybe it means you grab your thigh. And turn the belly button towards the left. The right, sorry. And again, work a little bit with the pelvis area. Shift your right hip back, forward. Watch when do you feel more sensation. Keep the right palm completely flat on the floor. Nice. 1 more breath here. Good. And with the next inhale, both hands on the floor, both legs are straight. Lift the right leg up towards the sky in downward facing dog. One breath there. Get ready for warrior two. Step your right foot between your hands. Left heel on the floor. Perfect. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. Find your warrior two. Good. And with an inhale, lift both arms up toward reach here. And as you exhale, let's continue lengthening the side of the body. Lift your right arm, bend your right elbow, and grab your right elbow with the left hand and pull your elbow backwards. Exactly. Inhale, both arms reaching up. As you exhale, other side, bend your left arm, grab your left elbow. Okay, 2 more times on each side. Inhale, arms reaching up. Bend your front knee if that's available, if you want to deepen the pose, making it more challenging. If not, don't worry too much. Inhale, arms reaching up. As you exhale, grab your left elbow. On each side, breathing in. As you exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Enjoy what you do. Watch what you do. You are giving birth to a new body, new energies by the end of this 60-minute practice. Inhale, arms reaching up. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. Look towards the right fingertips. Bend your front knee a little bit more. Inhale, front leg straight. Just for one breath. Straighten your front leg. As you exhale, side angle. Bend your front knee. Press your elbow against your knee. Reach up, reach forward. Options, right fingertips on the floor. If you want to bind your hands, bind your hands. Okay? If you're binding your hands, it means your right hand underneath your right leg, left hand behind you. Stay there for 2 breaths. Whichever is your version, stay there for 2 breaths. Turn the right palm towards the floor. Stay there, breathe there. Last inhale. As you exhale, right hand on the floor, left hand on the floor inside of your right foot. Okay? If you done the bind, maybe your right hand underneath your right leg. If you didn't do the bind, and if you want, feel free to thread your right arm underneath your right leg. Okay? If you want, both hands inside. Breathe in, look up. And as you exhale, move the chest forward. Back to chaturanga arms. Okay? Both palms flat on the floor. Okay? Looking forward. If you find it super easy, because we've done this posture for a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, you can walk the right foot a little bit towards the left hand, lifting the right foot off the floor. Okay? Don't do it if you never done. If you want, try. Looking forward, someone pulling your chest forward, 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 and maybe you're shifting your body weight from your to your hands. Okay? Maybe you are in version 1, 2, 3, 100, doesn't matter. Choose your pose, move the chest forward and back. Good. Amazing. And as you exhale, lower both hands on the floor. Bring the right foot between the hands. Left knee down. Straighten your right leg. Straighten your right leg. Toes pointing towards the sky. Breathe in. Turn the belly button towards the straight leg. Folding forward. Use the brick or block underneath your hands if your front leg a little bit bent. Flex your right foot. That's it. Just breathe. Every exhale, lengthen the back of the right leg. Instead of thinking about, yeah, I know the back of my legs are normally there is a little bit of tension. Today, give the permission to born something new. Allow the permission to soften a little bit more as your regular practice. Allow the permission to change the picture in your mind, how your practice, how your body, how is your life. Give the permission for yourself to live a life you want to live. One more breath there. Nice. And with the next inhale, slowly release, lift the chest, bend your front knee. Shift the body weight on the front leg, and we will do very similar posture. Now both legs straight. Step your left foot a little bit wider, a little bit more than half meter behind the right one. Okay. Make sure that you have hip distance between the 2 feet. So maybe move the right foot a little bit to the right, left a little bit to the left, and simply just folding forward. Okay. So it's really similar than previous leg. Previous pose, both legs are straight, front leg is straight. If not, use the brick or block underneath your hands. Exactly. Move the right hip back. Your invisible friend is behind you, pulling your right hip back. Amazing. Good. Stay there for 2 more breaths. Just breathe. Exhaling out. Allow the picture you have about yourself to dissolve. Last breath there. Good. Little change. Place your right hand on your lower back. Right hand on the lower back. Left fingertips on the floor outside of the right foot. Outside of the right foot. Use brick or block underneath your hand. Lift the chest. Breathe in. And turn the belly button towards the right. Turn the belly button towards the right. If your body is super happy here, you can lift your right arm up towards the sky. If your body is super happy, you can practice twisted half moon, which means slide your left hand a little bit towards the leg and lift the left leg off the floor. Optional, optional, optional. So feel free to try, feel free to experiment. If it's your cup of tea, stay there. If it's not, don't. 2 breaths wherever you are. Maybe your hand on your lower back. Try to keep both legs straight. That's amazing. Last breath wherever you are. Be honest with yourself. Good. As you exhale, both hands on the floor, either side of your right foot. Lift the chest. Look up. Fold forward. How do you feel now in the position? Do you have a little bit more space? Stay there for 2 breaths. Give the permission to soften. Give the permission to lengthen. Good. And with the next inhale, slowly come up to standing. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Keep your legs as they are. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Reach up. Palms together next to your heart. Warrior 3. If you want, practice your Warrior 3. Otherwise, come with me, okay? Zip up your invisible trouser. Eye on a gazing point. Shift your body weight on the right leg. Left toe still on the floor, chest lifted. You can lift the left foot off the floor. Exactly. And if you're able to lift the left foot off the floor without folding, maybe lift the left leg a little bit higher. Keep the chest still lifted. Back muscles still working. Find a position for your arms. Keep the chest slightly bit lifted. Your gazing point approximately a meter in front of you, not on the floor immediately. Okay? Lift the chest. Keep your left toes on the floor if it's not your cup of tea. If you want to practice half moon, right fingertips on the floor. Maybe left hand on the lower back. Maybe turn the left hip towards the sky. Maybe lift your left arm up. Find your pose. If you want, you can lift the right hand off the floor if you feel very comfortable in half moon. Lift the right fingertips off the floor. Stay there for a breath wherever you are. Beautiful. As you exhale, both hands on the floor, both feet on the floor, hip width apart. Huge circle with your arms. Lift your arms up, reach. As you exhale, hands next to your heart. Big circle. Lift your arms up, reach. As you exhale, hands next to your heart. Watch how is your breath. Maybe your heartbeat a little bit quicker. Maybe your breath is a little bit shorter. Slow down. Come back to this present moment. And your practice because you're practicing for a while. We have a picture about what is our name, what is our family, what is our background. But maybe you feel super comfortable, maybe you feel I'm not really comfortable with this picture. Yes, this is my family, I really love them, admire them, but I feel I'm a little bit, maybe I have a different path. Allow yourself to feel your body every single day in every single pose like you never practiced before. Give the permission for your body to resist, give the permission, you're giving permission for yourself to figure out your own path. You don't have to follow anyone or anything. Find your own path, find your own truth, find your own voice. And whatever you're figuring out, you are healing yourself with this founding, with this path. And you're healing your family, you're healing your ancestors as you're healing your future relatives, your daughters, your sons. Stay there for a breath. And with the next inhale, huge circle with your arms. Lift your arms up, reach. And as you exhale, folding forward, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest parallel to the floor, halfway lift. As you exhale, downward facing dog, bend your knees, hands on the floor, step back into downward facing dog. Stay in down dog. If you want to practice a plank, if you want to practice a vinyasa, you are more than welcome. Okay? Nice. And slowly come back into downward facing dog. Perfect, good. Come back to down dog, lift your left leg up towards the sky. Lift your left leg up. Perfect, breathe in here, bend your left knee. And get ready for warrior 2. Step your left foot between your hands, outer edge of the right foot on the floor, arms parallel to the floor. Find your warrior 2, beautiful. Right here, down, outer edge of the right foot on the floor. Exactly the same little sequence as we done on the other side. Lift both arms up towards the sky, reach. As you exhale, bend your left elbow. Grab the left elbow, pull it back towards the entrance, pull it back towards the wall. Inhale, arms reaching up. As you exhale, bend your right elbow, pull it back and forward. Bend your front knee, bend your front knee. You're still in warrior 2. As you exhale, bend your left elbow. Okay, if it's too much, of course, you can keep the front leg a little bit straighter. But if you want to go a little bit further, find your challenging sweet spot. Watch how do you react. Do you resist? Do you want to escape? Or you just, okay, let's have a look. What happens if I leave my body in this position? As you exhale, lengthen the side. One more time. Inhale, arms reaching up. As you exhale, lengthen the right. Good. Arms parallel to the floor, warrior 2. Look towards the fingertips, the left fingertips. Relax your shoulders. Relax your facial muscles. Find a little smile on your face that you are here. Celebrate that you are here, that you are living the life, and you have a chance to find your own path. You have a chance to change something for yourself and for your whole family. Inhale, front leg straight, only for one breath. Give a little break. Side angle, bend your front knee. Press your elbow against your knee. Reach up or forward. If you want, left hand on the floor. If you want to bind your hands, bind your hands. Okay? Choose the pose which is yours. Stay there for your breath. Stay breathing. If you're binding your hands, use one hand which grabbing the other one to pull it backwards. And that we have to turn the chest even further towards the sky. Okay? Last breath here. As you exhale, release your hands. Left hand on the floor, right hand on the floor, inside of the left foot. Maybe keep your hands inside of the left foot or thread your left arm underneath your left leg. Looking forward, lift the chest. Shift your body weight forward. Maybe shift your body weight back and forward, and this is your pose for today. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Maybe slowly walk the left foot towards the right hand. Keep looking forward, keep looking forward. Maybe lift the left foot off the floor. If you want, shift your body weight forward. Find the pose which is yours. Stay there for a breath. Exactly, beautiful. And as you exhale, slowly release your right knee on the floor. Left foot, untangle your leg and arm. Left foot in between the hands. Slowly straighten the left leg. Flex the left foot. Toes pointing towards the sky. Lift the chest. Try to reach the lake with your chest, with the heart. You're kind of offering your heart to the lake. Left hip traveling back. Right hip forward. And you try to reach your left thigh with the belly button. Okay, with the belly button. Not with the chest, not with the head. Belly button first, after the chest, after the head. Good. Stay there for 2 breaths. Stay breathing. Don't forget the most important. Stay breathing. Stay there for the breath. Nice. Get ready to release the pose. Walk your hands closer to you. Bend your front knee. And we continue working with the back of the left leg, right leg straight. Find the distance between the 2 feet, maybe a little bit more than half meter. Separate your feet, hip distance. Walk the right foot to the side, left foot to the side, and continue folding forward. Okay. Find a position for your hands on the floor behind the left shin, right shin. Move the left hip back, right hip forward. Good. Beautiful. Use the brick or block. Make sure you spread the weight evenly between the two legs. Move this foot a little bit to the side. Move that hip back. Exactly. And and move the whole body weight a little bit forward, because hardly any weight on this foot, I think. Exactly. Good. Is it okay? Perfect. Stay there for a breath. If you feel super tired today, stay in this position. Otherwise, twisted triangle. Left hand on your lower back. Right fingertips on the floor outside of the left foot. Lift the chest. Use the brickwork block underneath your hand if you need to. And as you exhale, turn the belly button towards the entrance. Maybe this is your pose. Shift your left hip back, right hip forward. Maybe lift your left arm up towards the sky. Version 2. Maybe twisted half moon. Walk the right foot towards the leg. Lift the right foot off the floor. Optional, if you want to experiment, feel free to try. If you're really happy to stay in pyramid pose, stay both hands on the floor, stay there. Find your pose. One more breath wherever you are. Beautiful. And as you exhale, both hands on the floor, front of your left foot, and simply just fold forward again. Watch as you've done a little bit deeper position and you're coming back to the pose from where we started. You might find a little bit more ease. You left your country, you left your family. If you go back, it's still the same family, but you might feel some more ease with the people if you had some tension, or because you're changing, you will experiencing the whole vibe together with your friends, with your family, with your country, or you left behind. Good. One more breath there. And with the next inhale, come up to standing. Keep your feet as they are. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Reach. Palms together next to your heart. Get ready for warrior 3. Okay? Find your gazing point. Roll the shoulders back. Back muscles working. Go into warrior 3 immediately. Don't wait for me if you wish. Or come with me. I talk you through. Shift the body weight on the left foot. Hardly any weight on the right toes. Just lift it. Roll the shoulders back. Back muscles working. Okay? So, instead of doing this, engage the muscles like you arching the spine. Shift the body weight, and then you can lift. Okay? And you see, you are stable. Exactly. If you want to practice half moon, left fingertips on the floor. Right, with your left fingers on the floor. Find your position, or stay in warrior 3. Find your pose, find the stillness. Challenge yourself if you wish. If you are not in the mood today, don't challenge yourself. One more breath wherever you are. Flex your right foot. Flex. Exactly. As you exhale, both feet on the floor, hip distance apart. Folding forward. Huge circle with your arms. Come up to standing reach. And as you exhale, palms together next to your heart. Stay there for a breath. Catch your breath. Bring your feet hip width apart. And onto your tiptoes as you're lifting your arms up towards the sky. In this case, okay, stay on your tiptoes. Find your gazing point. And we are going down, bending our knees, bringing the buttocks close to the heels for 10 count, okay? So slowly, start to bend your knees for 1, for 2, for 3, 4, eye on a gazing point, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Wow, lots of cracking. And as you exhale, hands on the floor, sit on the floor, and slowly lie down on your back. Okay, lie down on your back. Bring your knees close to the chest, rock side to side a couple of times. Perfect. Good. And bring the feet on the floor. Keep your knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. Okay, soles of the feet on the floor. We will practice bridge pose or full wheel. Okay, feet on the floor, Heels super close to the buttocks. Separate your feet as wide as your pelvis, okay? Arms on the floor next to the body. Heels close to the bum. Walk your heels close to the bum. Exactly. Lift the bum, lift your lower back, middle back, upper back. Option 1, interlace the fingers behind you. Press your arms, your shoulders into the floor. Walk your shoulders close to each other. This is your option 1. If you feel super comfortable, full wheel. Press your palms into the floor underneath your shoulders and lift the chest. Try to reach the mirror, the plants, the fishes with the chest if you are in full wheel. If you are in, don't look to the side because you're screwing up your neck, okay? In this position, definitely please don't look to the side, okay? Stay there for 2 more breaths. Use your feet to push the chest forward, 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 that way, exactly, beautiful. 1 more breath wherever you are. And slowly start to release the posture, release the pose. Spine on the floor, slowly, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Beautiful. Good. Bring your knees close to the chest. Let's finish the practice with twist. Cross the right knee on the top of the left one. Open your arms nice and wide. And before you lowering your knees, move the pelvis a little bit to the right, okay? Shift the buttocks a little bit to the right. Okay? And lower your knees to the left. So, basically, shift the bum, I mean like... Exactly, and lower your knees to the left. Again. If you don't want to cross your legs, of course, don't cross them. Open your arms nice and wide. Turn your face towards the rocks. Beautiful. Bring both knees close to the chest, left knee close to the chest, and just relax your feet, relax your legs. You don't have to hold anything. Relax your shoulders, facial muscles. As you're creating softness, you're creating fresh for the new. With this energy we have today, we have a chance to transform our thinking, habits, our life. We have a chance to transform the picture about ourselves, how we should behave, how we should look, how we should live. There is no should. There is only you and the reason you have this life here. And basically, as we are walking through this path we have, it's called life, we try to figure out what is the reason why we are here. The talent, other people said, oh, probably you would be good in this and this, what you really feel. And if you're coming from a family where there was no artist, for example, and you feel, I have to draw, I have to sing, I have to act, go for it and do it. If everyone says you have to be a lawyer, but you want to be an artist, be an artist, or be a dancer, or go and explore the world. Find your own path. Allow yourself to get born. Change the side. Slowly bring your knees back to the center. Change the cross of your legs. If your legs been crossed, again towards the left before you lowering your knees. Bring both knees a little bit closer to the chest. Exactly. Turn your head towards the left. If you don't want to cross your legs, don't forget you don't have to. This is optional. And just exhale. Nice, just breathe. Bring this knee a little bit closer to the chest. Exactly, here you are. Nice, now you have nice connection. Stay there for 2 more breaths. One more breath there. And slowly bring your knees back to the center. Uncross your legs. Bring your knees close to the chest. If you want, rock side to side and ask your body, what else can I do for you? If any movement missing, have this movement. If you're ready to finish the practice, come into Shavasana or come up into seated pose if you don't want to lie down on your back. Okay, if you are in Shavasana, just spread your legs and arms nice and wide, or bend your knees if you feel your lower back is happier to bend your knees. If you have an extra pose, stay there for 2 or 3 breaths and slowly head towards Shavasana. Close your eyes in Shavasana. Have a nice deep inhale through your nose. And exhaling out through your mouth. Have a long, long sigh. Breathing in, and whatever you stirred up during the practice, physically, mentally, emotionally, exhale out. Exhale out everything you feel is still an obstacle in front of you and you cannot go further. Breathing in. And exhaling out. I understand that we have to be brave to have the next step. But the thing is, if you decided to give a birth, if you are pregnant with thoughts, emotions, or something want to come into this world, if you feel that you started to kind of shape the person who you really are, what kind of life you want to live, and you are already pregnant with all of these thoughts, emotions, there is no way back. If you are pregnant once, the birth will happen. If you started the journey of self-discovery, self-healing, there is no way back. You will give birth at one point to a new person, a new you, or the you who was always there, just covered with all of the layers you picked up during the years in your life until this point. This is the point when it's better not to resist. If we are at the point giving the birth, not to resist, but just go with the flow. If you resist, that will be painful birth. Be kind and compassionate with yourself, but still firm, just like a midwife. And even sometimes some things is scary, building up new habits, for example. If you are the person who always says yes, 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 yes for everyone, it's really scary to say no. But we have to start to say no. And at one point, it will be your second nature. It will be easy. If you practice something enough, it will be easier. If you already gave birth for a new habit, if you nurture it, if you're kind with it, probably it will stay with you. Give a permission for this birth. Give a permission for yourself to be yourself, to find your path, to live the life why you are here. Stay there for a couple of more breaths. Slowly start to deepen your breath. If you feel you are in the posture, you want to stay there for a couple of more minutes, stay in Shavasana. If you're ready to come up into seated pose, ready to move, slowly lift your arms overhead and just stretch your legs, lengthen your legs, your arms, your spine. Lengthen the right side, lengthen the left side. Bringing your knees close to the chest, maybe rock side to side, maybe draw circles with your knees. Whatever feels good, and slowly rolling onto your side, find your way to come up into seated pose. As I mentioned, if you feel you want to stay in Shavasana, stay there. You don't have to come up. you are in upright position, bring your palms together next to your heart. Close your eyes, breathe in through your nose. And as you exhale, bow your head. And give thanks for yourself being who you are. And give thanks for everything that has happened in your life. It was all for a purpose and all part of your journey. The suffering and the pain, as well as the joy and the love. This world is a beautiful place. Live in it with all your heart. Namaste. Thank you very much, all of you, sharing the practice this morning. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Have a beautiful birth process. Whatever you are giving birth. Thank you very much. Thank you.